Hey guys, Skizzy here. I wanted to make a video about the new Fisherfriend of the Isles achievement that was added in patch 7.3 of Legion. For this achievement, you need to hit Best Friend status with 6 of the new Fisherfriend NPCs located around the Broken Isles. This is very similar to Conjurer Margos. If you remember, this was an NPC that they added in the beginning of Legion, and he lived on a small island near Dalaran. You could fish in the lake near Conjurer Margos in order to obtain an item called, I believe, the Mark of Aquos, and that item was then thrown back into the pool, which summoned an NPC boss. Once you killed the boss, the lake around Margos would start to shimmer, and then every time you fished from the shimmering lake, it allowed you to obtain the drowned mana, which was then used as a turn-in for Conjurer Margos in order to increase your reputation with him. It took about 840 drowned mana to hit Best Friend from neutral, and then once you were Best Friend, you could finally purchase the mount, which costs an additional 100 drowned mana. Alright, so here are the new 6 fishing friends and the specific zone that they're in. I've also added a little waypoint for you guys just in case you wanted to see where all of the locations are. Now, it's important to note that these are on daily rotations, which means you're not going to find all 6 up in one day. There's going to be 1 up per day. And from what I've seen, it seems to be on a static rotation. The ones I have up on the screen now are currently in order. So we have Sha'leth first, then Impus, then Ilyssia, then Keeper Raynae, then Akule, and last Corbyn, and then it comes right back up to Sha'leth in Suramar. Now, once you finally start the process, you're not actually going to be doing this solo because that would be insane. The fastest way to do this is in a raid group, just like Conjurer Margos. So all you're going to do is open up the instance finder, go to custom raid, and just type in fish. This is going to almost always bring up the raid that's associated with the specific new fisher friend that's currently up. So by doing this, you're going to be able to see that we've got our fisher friend here, and all we need to do is ask for an invite, usually it's auto accept, and then fly to that specific zone and start fishing. Alright, so once you're in your raid group and at your specified location for that day, you can start fishing. And again, this is going to work just like Conjurer Margos. Because the lake is shimmering, I'm able to get the specific item the NPC wants. In this case, it's Fragmented Enchantment. And this is going to stack to 100 in your inventory. Once I get 100, I'll usually go to the NPC and turn it in. Thankfully, you can turn it in bulk, so you can turn in all 100 at the same time. And now, since the water is no longer shimmering, we need to kill this boss here that somebody spawned. After we kill this boss, of course, the water is going to start shimmering again. Now, there's a couple things to note here to make this process easier for raid groups. Notice how a lot of us are on our flying mount and we're not actually attacking the boss. This is due to the way that boss NPCs and NPCs in general work in Legion. They scale their HP and damage based on how many people are in combat. For us, because there's only one person killing the boss at this time, the boss only has about 20 million HP, which makes somebody that has a solid DPS able to kill him in seconds. Whereas if you had 10 or 15 people trying to attack the boss at the same time, you're going to notice the boss has upwards of 100 or maybe even 200 million HP, and it's going to take a lot longer for you guys to kill him. Another thing to note is that it doesn't actually require you to have max level fishing in order to fish up this Fragmented Enchantment or any of the items. I have max level fishing, but there's plenty of people around me that just got their 100 fishing achievement, so it's obvious that they're not max level fishing. And you also don't need your artifact fishing pole in order to fish any of this up. You can just use the stock fishing pole and you'll be able to fish up these specific items as long as the water is shimmering. Let's also talk about the amount of time that it's going to take you to achieve Best Friend status with these NPCs. For me, I've noticed it takes somewhere around an hour and a half per NPC to get to Best Friend status with them. So on top of that, if you want the items sold by these NPCs, you're going to probably have to throw in another 30 to 40 minutes. So you could be looking at a little over 2 hours per NPC to hit best friend status, as well as get all of the items that they sell. I do want to mention Suramar here, since out of all of the 6 NPCs, the one in Suramar works just a bit different than the rest. Instead of the shimmering mechanic, you're going to be fishing out of this green-infested pool in order to collect the items. This pool is up at all times, but it does move all around the lake, which makes it definitely quite annoying if you're looking to just get the golden minnows that way. However, you're also going to be able to get the glowing fish scale, which is the green item here in Suramar, and once you throw that in, there's a boss that will spawn. Instead of having the water shimmer after the boss is dead, you'll be able to straight up loot the golden minnows from the boss, and he'll drop anywhere from 20 to upwards of 50 golden minnows at once, so it becomes very quick. And one more thing to note, you have to be standing on the bridge or the little circular, half-circular platform in order to throw the glowing fish scale back into the pool. So that's pretty much it for the new fishing friends. Altogether, it will probably take you close to 15 hours to get best friend status with all of these new fishing NPCs, as well as get all of the fun little items that you can get from them. Some of these items are mostly fishing bobbers, toys, and there is one companion pet that you can get as well that is BOE, and you can sell on the auction house if you're looking to make a little extra money. There is no mount associated with this achievement or any of the Fishing Friends NPCs, so just take note of that. And that pretty much wraps it up for this achievement. Please let me know if you have any questions down in the comments, and I'll see you next time.